you said something interesting. I kind of want to unpack a little bit. Do you think that you are giving somebody power over you by telling them that you have anxiety? Because for me, I'm just like, I have anxiety. It's like the Eminem 8 Mile rap, where he's like, I'm this. And it's like, what you gonna do now, bitch? Like. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another week of Talking Trubbish. I'm your host, Matthew, and I'm here with my buddy Jacob, as always. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
What's up? Just another week.
Yeah.
What can we do? But dude, I'm excited to be here. Always a good time. I'm always like, I always save so many things to talk about, like for the pod, and then I started to like notate these things. I'm like, dang, I really want to talk about this. And it's like, damn, this would be a really good conversation. I'm always just like constantly thinking about that.
Have you ever had it sometimes where you're like, yo, I want to talk about this, and then the episode's done and you're like, fuck.
Dude, that's happened so many times where I'm like, damn it, I wanted to talk about that. But like sometimes we start talking about one thing and then like we go an hour into talking about that one thing and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even talk about what I wanted to talk about. But that's a beautiful thing, right? Because we can talk about the next episode, it doesn't matter. I think there's very few things that are very like time sensitive, but for the most part, everything is just like whenever we remember.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I know that you had a bunch of things as well.
The week for me was actually good. Car is still like it's been parked. My girl and I have switched cars. Mm-hmm. So I'm using hers to like get to work on the highway or like on the highway, and then like she's using mine for like just like small inner city travel. But just sticking close to home.
What's your commute? Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
Mine's 30, 35. 30? Yeah, but it's all on the highway, so I'm like I'm not tripping. At all. It's long enough that I get to like zone out and like decompress for the most part, and then it's not like it's not too long where it's like my back starts hurting, like all
it's
that
like
stuff.
Perfect.
So, it's perfect. Right. I am not complaining about the drive. It is like a perfect distance for sure. Yeah. But one of the things that I know, like last week, we were kind of like joking about like the time suck and everything, and like how like things are happening like way too fast, or like our sense of time is skewed. I totally forgot that me and my girl had planned to go to a concert this past week. Like I bought tickets last year.
Oh shit! Like, from a year ago. Wow.
I totally forgot about this thing, and then so did she. Wow. And then randomly we're like, when is this? Like, when's the concert? And then we went, oh fuck! Like that's in like a week. Days. So we've been like, I like forgotten to like ask time off work for the next day because like I have no idea how long the concert's gonna be. If it was anything like Sleep Token, I mean, we were there till like 11:30 when the concert got done, and then like to leave the venue with like all the cars and shit. I mean,
2 hours.
It was like 1 a.m. by the time we got back to the hotel, and my old ass goes to bed hella early, so I was drained.
Damn.
But we went to see a band called The Midnight, which if you haven't, I didn't know anything about them, but the way that I could describe them is kind of like more like modern, kind of like light 80s music. Really vibe music. I really enjoy it. It's just like kind of like lo-fi, good energy. Great, like the singers, like nothing incredible, but his voice matches the tone that they're going with. Like it matches the sound perfectly. So I love a few of the songs. I'm not big like on the band entirely, but like I mean I kind of jammed to them in my like playlist all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, but it's like the day before, and I'm starting to like I'm like, okay, you know, now I gotta get everything together, you know, figuring out like logistics of planning the night and everything.
Yeah.
And I find out that there's no seating in the venue because like I get my tickets and like it just says like a general admission and everything, and I got us like some of the VIP tickets, so we gotta like get in early.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking it's kind of like a no any other concert venue that I've ever been at, where it's like you have like the stand section where it's like right up front, and then you have like the seats all around. So I was like, because we didn't buy a seat, and it's like first come, you know, first serve type thing. From my perspective of things, I'm like, oh, it's like you get there early to get the good seats. Because I always pass this venue and I see the line out the door. So for me, I'm like, yeah, done. Like, you know, we got the VIP experience. We're going to get there early, you know, and everything. I find out it's standing only. And I'm like, God damn it. You know, like my back's fucked up. I know my girl's back's fucked up too. Cause like one of the things we do is like we trade off massage nights. So it's like if her back's really like killing her, like I'll like spend like a half hour and just like really give her like a good like massage there. And then like if my back's killing, like it's not even a question. Like she's, you know, there to return the favor. So we got this good thing going. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I'm like, yo, okay, like both our backs gonna be fucked up tonight. Thank God I took the next day off of work, you know, for like a recovery day, which is always clutch. I highly recommend that. If you can like afford it or you have like the PTO, you know. So I'm already worried because I find out it's standing only. But we get there, and what I noticed in the venue is I've never been inside. I've always just seen it outside. It's the first time there. It's a lot smaller than I thought. So, you know, my complaint with Sleep Token was I couldn't fucking see the band, you know, but they sounded great, you know. I was right there, dude. I could see everything. And but I was far back enough that I could see the whole stage, but I could make out his face entirely. He was probably 35 feet away from where me and my girl ended up, which like, dude, we got, thank God I got the early like entry tickets. Because when I got there, I scouted out like really quickly, kind of like a visual thing, because it's like an open floor, and then I'm like, where's like the places for people to like sit for like the extra bougie seats, because I knew that there was like VIP tables, and I wasn't gonna shell out for that. You know what I'm saying? So, but on the opposite side of the tables, which are raised, is a railing, like a small like table rail that goes all along that section. So it's perfect for people to lean up and set a drink down, and it's like perfect height to like stand and lean on. So me and my girl went right there, and the spot that we went to is kind of like jutted out. So like we're on this top side, and it triangles out in a way from its normal like straight path towards the stage, and it opens up into the handicap section, which is right by the stage.
Wow. Okay.
So we are right sort of like slightly adjacent to that gated off section. But it is completely open, so we're not cramped at all. I have all the room in the world, and I have like a place to sort of like privately set my drinks, because the section, the rail like turns to at a 90-degree angle to sort of cut off the table section, is extended from the handicap. So there's nobody there. I set my drink down on this like empty situation. Me and my girl are chilling. We have a perfect view. Sounds excellent. The thing though that really surprised me about the concert and really made me think how would I feel if I was sort of like the lead band in this
Okay.
is the lead band the opening act is a band called New Constellation. It is a duo of a girl and a guy. They're like our age, like seemingly
30s.
like early 30s, right?
Okay.
She's got long pink hair. She's cute as hell. I ain't gonna lie. And they blew the doors off this place. Their
Wow.
music was better than the Midnights for me. Like,
For
I
you.
was like, who is this band? Like, these two people just like knocked it out of the park. It was like essentially watching, like, do you know the band 21 Pilots?
Mm-hmm.
At all?
It was like
It
that.
was the equivalent for me of being able to see them before they blew up.
Oh wow.
Like, I'm not kidding. When we got there early, they were still doing sound check. So we're sitting there. I'm drinking some NA beers because they got some NA beers on tap, which that's a game changer.
I was gonna
Holy
ask
shit.
you about that.
Dude,
I was gonna ask you.
oh
I was
my
like,
God. So I'm
okay.
just like, it's bad. As soon as they got NA beer, I'm spending the same amount of money at these shows.
Yeah, you're like, yo, I'm saving money. I'm saving money.
Saving
No,
money.
you're not.
No. Same $9 beer. It's the same $9 beer with alcohol or
Alcohol, no
without.
alcohol.
Don't matter.
Yo, I mean, dude, they take advantage. That's fucked.
Yeah, but I'm not tripping, man. It was great. So I got my beers and everything, and I don't know who this band is. I think this is still the Midnight because, like I said, I've never seen what the band looks like at all. So I'm just assuming it's them. And there wasn't a lot of people in the venue at the time. So, like, I'm not tripping, but they sounded great. So when they came out as the opening act, I'm like, oh, okay. And then she starts singing, and I've listened to the album versions. Like, they're just coming out with their first album. Like,
Now, like their opening act was their first album.
it like they're coming out with like their first album, but they have like EPs and singles. Like, they've been grinding for years, right? But this is like the break for them.
What genre music are they?
I
Would you
would
say?
say new age pop 80s. So they're not like a big band.
No,
at
of course,
all.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, but like new age, kind of like pop 80 vibes. For her, like her style, like the Midnight is like the pop 80 vibes. The New Constellations is more, it's in the same vein, so it's that same like energy,
Yeah.
but it's more like, I think you would like it more. I think it's gravitated more to like club EDM.
Really?
Like, not EDM, but like club beat type thing. And her voice is incredible live. Incredible. Like, there's two people that I have been blown away by their voice live, and that was Ed Sheeran, who he sounds better. He sounds better live than he does on his albums, and he already sounds incredible on his albums. She was one of the best female vocalists I've ever heard. And it's like, for her songs, the way she performs it live, where she's actually singing kind of all the electronic-y effects, dude, like, they're doing a disservice putting all that like engineering on her voice on the album. The album's great. Like, from what the songs have been released, I would highly recommend. I'm gonna actually like link it in the in the show notes, because it's like I am floored by them, and their merch was better. Like, their shirt designs were better than the Midnights. Like, I actually refrained from buying any of the merch from the Midnight, and I splurged and bought a T-shirt from New Constellations, just because it was like, wow, this is actually like cooler. Like,
yes, it's crazy though. I mean, it actually makes sense because like the people that are trying to grind out put more work, right? They're not really known. They want to get known. Hopefully they stay that way. They always say like whenever like you get like more fame, more money, like you kind of lose your way of like the people, more of like just yourself. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's usually what happens. I'm not saying for everybody, but I feel like that's something normal that happens to a lot of artists or bands. That this is coming from someone like you that you never really heard from the Midnight or this other person, right? The new
Right.
Constellation.
Yeah, I got
And
into the Midnight from my girl, so it's like I got no skin in the game.
right, exactly. So like you came from like your opinion is based on not even really knowing both of them, and you still saying that these people are better. I guess like I could see you potentially be like, oh wow, like them like you heard obviously both bands. You heard the opening and then the Midnight, and the actual like show. I guess you want to call it a show or the concert itself. From each one of them, you think that the new Constellation did a lot better?
Show no, because obviously like they're
They
the
got
opening act. Like they, and especially like the Midnight isn't a stadium band. You know, like they're not gonna be selling
selling
out
out a
a
stadium.
arena. You know,
Mhm.
but sort of like your like lower venues, like where you go and see the bands like right as they're popping or like
Mhm.
right after their first album hits.
Yeah.
Like those are the type of venues that the Midnight's in. So their production value is different than like if you were to like from what I saw Sleep Token. Like their production value is like crazy. But new Constellations, they were very like bare bones. They had like their computer, their keyboards, their instruments, like their setup, but it wasn't like the light show
Yeah.
and anything like that. You know, it was literally vibes and charisma and her voice. And I was absolutely here for it. It was kind of like an unplugged. I would have loved that. It
Yeah.
looked like you were kind of like peering into their studio session almost. Like they'd still like interact with the crowd and stuff, and like, but she goofed on one of her songs. Like she had like a slight anxiety attack and like forgot the lyrics. And it's like, but she like acknowledges it and like talks to the crowd and everything. And it, because she was like so open with her vulnerability, I immediately was like, there's something really different about you that I can absolutely get behind. And I think it's like, I'm really attracted to like the more genuine, like forms of expression. So when somebody says like I'm insecure about this or like I'm experiencing this, and they talk about something that's happening to them in real time with the humbleness, even though they're the ones on stage, you know what I'm saying? Like for
Bro,
me, I was like, there's something different about you. I'm in your corner.
that actually made me think now. It made me think because before I have this mindset of like I'm not gonna share with you that I have anxiety. Obviously, this is different now with the pod because
Yeah, like we're at the pod. Yeah.
But prior to the pod,
Yeah.
like talking like more
Jacob,
okay.
the big model star, you know, like you're on the runway, you forgot your pose, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But prior to the pod, like I would be like, it would be, bro. It almost sounds bad, but like it would almost be like I had this mindset of like, you don't get to have the privilege to know that I have anxiety because like I don't want you to have that power over me. But then you're over here telling me that this girl is out here saying like, hey guys, I'm sorry, I just had an anxiety attack type of shit. Like, like not even caring like that someone could be like, oh bro, like it's not even that serious. Like, she probably doesn't care, but like, or maybe she does, I don't know. But that idea of like having that, I guess, like strength to just say it and not have that mentality to be like, oh, they don't deserve to know that what I'm going through right now.
Yeah,
Like,
I think like
it makes me think.
you said something interesting. I kind of want to unpack a little bit. Do you think that you are giving somebody power over you by telling them that you have anxiety? Because for me, I'm just like, I have anxiety. It's like the Eminem 8 Mile rap, you know, where he's like, I'm this. And it's like, what you gonna do now, bitch? You know, like, that's how I view it, you know, it's just like, this is what it is. You know, it's like, you're not gonna hurt me by saying something I like is factually true about myself. Like, I'm not gonna let you have that power over me. So for her, it's very easy because it's like she was embarrassed by it. Like, you could tell, as somebody who would. I mean, you're performing, you fuck up your own song,
on stage.
you know, and you're on stage. But it's the honesty of just being like, guys, I'm really like, I'm having a panic attack right now. God, woo, you know, and it's just like let me collect myself just really quick, and then comes back and fucking kills it.
Yeah, that's bro. That's what is it called? Like your comeback, or is like your setback for a comeback? Is that what it is? Is that the same?
I don't
like
know, whatever it is, bro. Like,
bro, I mean, it sounds like it was a setback for your comeback. I think that's what I think that's the saying that if I'm not mistaken. But to answer your question though, is yes, before I would like 100% be like, yes, people can use that as ammo, but now I don't care. And I think I've mentioned that before. It's something like it takes a lot of growth in a person. Kind of going back to like a few episodes ago that we were talking about growth and self growth and stuff like that. I think it takes a lot of like mental like mentor training like type of thing, like where you have to like literally like really love yourself in order to be saying these things, right? And I'm a huge believer in saying like in the 8 Mile movie, like dissing yourself before anyone else could. Because like when I'm like as an example, like someone goes like someone would like say my name funny, right? And that would be like, oh dude, like that's like 1 out of like 100 I heard. Like whatever, I don't care. I'm like,
Like,
oh
bro,
yeah,
that's not even the best one. We got
yeah,
this. We got
yeah.
this. Like,
I'm like, bro, or sometimes I'm like, bro, that's like the best one I heard so far, you know, something like that, right?
yeah.
Or like about my height, like I really don't care. I'm like, yo, like I'm gonna like I just say like random things, but like I always say like, oh yeah, bro, I'm a short king, you know, like I acknowledge it. I think being able to acknowledge or kind of know like the weaknesses that you have, not even weaknesses, I would say it's just like being able to acknowledge these things that maybe people can use as an advantage, but you beat them to the punch. Because like in the movie, in the 8 Mile movie, that guy couldn't say shit because he said everything already,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
I
then like you're
know.
like, what do you got?
Can I
Nothing.
say something about the Short King thing?
Yeah.
So it goes back to the concert. Part of the shtick with the band is they play a lot of like live instruments. So their like main sound is the saxophone. They have a saxophone player that plays through most of their songs, and he's fucking up this saxophone, bro. He's like 4'11", if
Wow.
that.
Okay.
Tiny guy. Tiny. But he's on stage, right? He's fucking up these solos, dude. Like, big dick energy. Like, he's just like, wow. Like, you know, just like grinding it out, belting out these solos and these songs, getting the biggest cheers and stuff. There is a following specifically for him in this band's like touring thing. I'm looking at the crowd, and every time this guy has a saxophone solo, there are inflatable saxophones that are pink all in the crowd, and they're like,
Wow.
you know, doing this only when he's playing. Like, they are ready for it. There is a point where he's like playing and walking through the crowd in like a big saxophone solo in one of the songs. And like, there's just a security guy with a light. I'm not kidding, dude. Everybody worship this fucking guy. Like, he's getting all the pussy tonight, dude. Like, I'm not kidding. The look on people's faces, one, when he went out into the crowd, because you don't see that at all. Two, when they realize how tall he is. I'm 5'10", 5'11", if I feel like lying, but he's at below my waist. He's like right above my belly button. I'm not
Damn.
joking. But he was killing this thing. Nobody
Yeah.
gave a fuck about his height. But it's
Right.
like, that's a short king right there. You know,
Yeah. That is by definition a short king for sure, because like he's owning the stage. Uh, there's a lot of like short people out there that like are able to like, I guess, surpass like their height.
Tom
Like Kevin
Cruise,
Hart, Tom Cruise.
Kevin Hart, Tom Cruise. Yep.
Yeah, like you got a bunch of them, right? So like it's just like, again,
Most of
like
the celebrities that you see, by the way, listeners, are actually really short. Just letting you know, I've met a lot of them because Grand Rapids used to be like a major like filming hub. Michigan had a lot, like used to have a lot of tax incentives, so they filmed a lot of movies here.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I was shocked at how short these people were.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm talking
crazy.
like Tom Cruise, right? I use him in particular because he's like the most like jarring. Because you see him like fighting against Henry Cavill, who is he is a giant dude.
6 feet, right?
So, yeah, they make him look like he's like just slightly, if not at his level in the movies. He is going up to his nipples in real life, bro.
I don't know how they do that. It's kind of crazy.
It's just the filmmaking movie magic, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, no, you're 100% right. But bro, actually, when you're talking about the saxophone, right? Do you remember the Squirtle with a saxophone?
He did all that. He was exactly that. He was literally the saxophone Squirtle on stage, dude. He had that energy the whole time.
And if you don't know, I mean, this is like a thing. Like if you know, you know. Like about
if you know, you know.
The Squirtle with the glasses, it was popping off everywhere for a long time. But yeah, dude, that's crazy. But anyways, like, dude, like I think I admire that about people, and it took me a while to get to that point where it'd be like, oh yeah, you're like, I had, talking about anxiety is very like sensitive for a lot of people. Like it's not easy to admit, because it kind of shows like it if you think about it, it would show, and it can show, quote unquote, signs of weaknesses, and a lot of people don't want people to know that about yourself, right? And sometimes I think a lot of things that we gotta be able to acknowledge, that it's okay. It's okay to have like signs of weaknesses. Like we're all human beings. We're not perfect.
Yeah, like this notion that you can't show weakness, I just don't agree with anymore.
Mhm.
So yeah, I openly admit when like I fuck up or like I've done something wrong. It's like my favorite form of comedy sometimes, because
Yeah.
and what it does, honestly though, from a psychological perspective, is it does make everybody in the room more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as people see another person mess up, they immediately drop their guard a little bit and get a little more comfortable, because they're not the first one to fuck up. Which is pretty much what everybody just cares about. I just don't want to be the first one,
Yeah.
So it's like, if I could rip that Band-Aid off, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But, if you're not the one to rip the Band-Aid off, give the one who did a lot of grace.
Yeah. And if I ever see a time where, not necessarily me, like someone, I don't know, I think this is more of like high school. Like let's say it's like someone slips, right? Like someone falls, like they slip. Think about like slipping in a banana, right? You slip in a banana, you're like in front of a lot of people. Instead of being that person to help this person get up potentially, and I see you laughing at them, then I'll by definition be like, okay, you're one of those.
Yeah.
And then like, and I'll be like, that's cool. Like I really don't care, but like now I know, just like in the back of for myself, and like that's how you can tell, like the people, like like I feel like I've seen that so much, and that's what in my back of my head I would always be like, if I was the person falling like on the banana peel, and I would fall in front of a lot of people, and then a lot of people would fall, like make fun of me, I would feel like horrible about myself. And now, if anything, bro, like now, if I were to do that, I would laugh and be like, bro, that was so stupid. Like,
Yeah, like, yo, I got fucked up, dude.
Yeah. I would be laughing, like, if anything. But before, I would be like, if I was like back in like high school, middle school, like I would be like more of like embarrassed, like, like just like disgusted at myself for even like falling, which is kind of dumb because like it's an accident, right?
Yeah, your face turns red.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
you're flushed, you're
yeah,
embarrassed. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So things like that, and I feel like that's why like going back to that whole thing with that lead singer, just I think that's really something to acknowledge.
yeah. Also,
So
pink hair on a girl. Sheesh, bro.
dude, I
Like,
think a lot of K-pop people do that, right? I think
yeah,
like
but seeing
yeah,
it in real life and watching somebody wear it well, like,
yeah.
it makes me want to dye my hair and experiment with that shit too.
Well,
You
how
know,
how would your work react to that? Would they say anything or not? They wouldn't
my
care.
work wouldn't give a fuck, dude. Which is the best part. Like, but also like I wear hats and like I wear hoodies and everything there too. So it's like it doesn't. It's not gonna matter at all. The only concern that I have is like, because I have a beard, I don't know how dyeing my hair on my head or giving it like a highlight would look with the beard.
You got to do the
You know what
beard
I'm
too.
saying? Like, I just don't know. But I want to do like a highlight, like a red or an orange or like a green or just something different. Maybe like a red because it will highlight like my beard a little bit, but like a streak or something. But like done well, not
Why?
like those
Yeah,
high school, like we did it at a sleepover tee type thing that
yeah, yeah, yeah,
kind of like run. Yeah, I don't want it to fade, but I've never done it before. I do want to experiment with that though. It's been on my mind.
yeah. That would be cool. I was literally gonna ask you what color would you do if you were to do it,
What about
and
like
I guess
either I want like fire bending red. You know what I'm saying?
fire
Like
bending red.
like the
I was
colors from that.
okay. Yeah, I mean,
And just like a
I,
streak. I don't want like the whole thing. You know what
I was
I'm
gonna
saying?
say I thought you were trying to do the whole
Yeah,
thing.
who's the Pokemon guy that does he's the Lysander with the red with the
The
red
like
hair or
the
something?
he's like a boss or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Lysander.
want that. I just want like a little highlight, that I
just
can
like
flip
just a
over.
little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. But
uh,
one moving on though, I did want to do a follow up about the car situation, and then specifically though, the seal product that I had to sell. To sort of like try to get some money to either pay for a rental or help pay for some repairs. I'm gonna figure out which one's coming in a few days when my appointment is, but I'm at least like getting prepared for potentially like a major repair situation or having to get a new car. So,
okay, okay. And
but
and you sold all of it, you said, or
I sold everything except for the Destined Rivals ETB, which I am going to hold on to because that is the thing that got me back into it. I've wanted that. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? The Phantasmal Flames was an experiment that we had talked about.
yeah.
So I've been tracking
I was gonna
all
say
the information on it. And what I can say is I've held on to it for about 4 months. So in 4 months, my percentage return on investment on the booster box, and I did sell them below market value. The market value of the Phantasmal Flames booster box
was it like
at the
300 now?
time was like 375. Like it was dropping. Like it
Okay.
had gone like down.
Yeah.
But I got a 25% ROI on the booster box from what I bought it at. But the ETBs, bro. First of
Mhm.
all, 25% ROI in 4 months. I don't know of a single thing that can do that. Like in the money market, unless you're doing insider trading or
And
some
and
like
and
scam shit. I don't know of any like legal thing that gives you a 25% ROI
in that time frame,
in
right?
4 months. Right. Cash.
Yeah.
Cash.
And we're talking
You
like
know?
anything. We're talking stocks too, right? I feel
Yeah.
like even stocks.
Anything
Yeah.
legal. You know what I'm saying? The ETBs though, if you can get them at retail,
Yeah.
which I got all of these at retail, 63% ROI.
It's fucking insane.
Like, I am completely, and they were the easiest things to sell.
And wait, is this 63% when you sold it or at market value?
No, I'm saying this was my return on investment from when I sold them. After 4
so this
months.
is like after, like, this is not actual, like, that you didn't even sell it at 100% because it would have been higher than that 60%, right? So keep that in mind, people. Like, that's without, like, that's with him selling below market.
Yeah, I sold below market, but it was still higher than what I bought it at.
That's amazing. That's still amazing.
Yeah. So, like, say, dude, like, ETBs are the way to go.
How many?
4
ETBs?
4.
What is that? Over $300?
Yeah.
No, yeah, easily. Yeah. Keep in mind, for retail is like $55 right now, each ETB right now.
Yeah.
So let's just say
those
like
ETBs, I got a $5 gift card for buying them though, each. There was like a sale going on, so it's just like an even extra thing.
Oh no, bro, that's crazy. So like, yeah, I mean, considering that 3 of them, like, let's just say 220 for the sake of, like, 250, whatever, for all 4 of them, and each of them were probably easily over 120, maybe.
I see why scalpers do it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when this experiment was incredibly enlightening for me. The people who I sold it to, one of them was a vendor, and was just like buying something below market value to sling, you know. One of them was buying it to bring to a person's bachelor party, which I thought was really cool. They're gonna like rip packs. I was like, that's dope.
People are doing that now because, like, instead of flowers, they throw the ETB.
Yeah. And then another person was just getting them to this, getting them below market value to hold. So, like, I was kind of fine with that. But the vendor thing was really interesting. I will say, listeners, I'm not going to gatekeep this, but I'll gatekeep my source. But this is from a vendor, and I saw all the receipts to back it up because I was insanely curious. He has an inside scoop where apparently you can get TCG product at Menards, and you can order it online. And he bought 20 cases of Phantasmal Flames ETBs for $55 each, and he got an 11% rebate from Menards off of those, and then got points by using the Menards credit card. So,
and he got the ROI or whatever.
Yep. But that is what that is another thing you all listeners can use in your arsenal, is just check your local Menards online portal, or just check your local Menards, because I've seen baseball cards there, but I haven't seen Pokemon. But they do have them. I've checked on their website. Like, they have the listing, but like not like they say out of stock and stuff. So that's one thing, to check out and keep in mind. Because if you could get 20 cases of them with a 63% ROI selling it below market value, so people are gonna be like extra incentivized to buy it. Like, are you fucking kidding me? How much is 20 cases? Let's do the math here really quick.
Wait, how many? Like, I think it comes 4 ETBs in the case, or
is it 6 though? I think it was 6.
It may have been. It actually may have been more.
Let's pause and then let's come back and we'll figure this out. A case is 10.
Yeah, 10.
So he bought Jesus Christ, now we're doing math. 200. He has 200 ETBs.
Yeah.
Which that's insane. 200 ETBs at 55 each. So yeah, it was 11,000. So he got an 11% rebate. So he got $1,200 rebate from
crazy.
that. That's insane. What's 11,000 times? Whoops.
And then if you get like 60%, like $7,000.
17, almost $18,000 from an 11,000 investment.
The profit,
if he slung
the profit.
all 200 of them, it's almost $8,000 profit.
Yep.
Dude, I get it, man. I don't condone it. It's a business. It is. What was the video that was like trending this week, which was like the somebody got beat up at a Target for the clothing that just dropped. There was some like
I didn't see that. The clothing?
Yeah.
Someone got No.
Yeah, there's like a Pokemon merch or something, like a
Target
thing going on right now, and like there is some fights going on about that.
Over clothing now?
Yeah, it looked like a really nice jacket and stuff, but like there was a massive line from like the videos that I was seeing. Like they were showing like all outside. I thought it was for cards. So it's like I'm watching it, and then when it was like they're rolling up to like, I thought the video was a troll at first, because they're like, oh, just here for like clothing, and I'm like, you got me. And then all of a sudden, just the swarm behind them, and like people were like out the way, like ripping shit. I'm like, what is happening right now for like a varsity jacket or something?
Yeah, something looking like that.
Yeah.
I saw that. I didn't know that there was fights over that. I mean, I know there's always fights over Pokemon cards, but like I didn't think it was gonna be that deep. I did see there was like long lines for the Target, which supposed to be it was yesterday, Saturday.
I was watching them this morning. On the thing. So yeah, that was
crazy. But yeah, to kind of one thing I would like to clear up. I think that ETBs are great, especially for short term. Probably like, I think I mentioned this. I don't know if it was to you or to somebody else, but I think ETBs are great for like. I mean, I always told you there's a three count rule that I always told you. There's a long term, short term, and then one to just open, right?
In terms of the quantity, you get three of something.
Three of the ETBs, three of the bundles. I usually just get two of the booster box. I'm not that bougie yet where I can get three booster boxes, but if I can, I would potentially. But if anything, I at least get two booster boxes for that. But the 3 count does go for the ETBs and the bundles, and for like any UPCs, ultra premium collection boxes, like the ones for Charizard, all those. But we're talking mainly for ETBs and booster bundles. So reason for that is because like you did that, like you can do a short term of 4 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever. But then you have the other ones for a longer term that will be at a higher rate. If you look at current ETBs, the most expensive ETBs currently right now, I think some of them could potentially be to like between in the thousands for sure, like up to like 5,000 or something like that. And I think that's like the most expensive one. I don't think I've seen an ETB more than 5,000. I could be wrong, but it's definitely in the higher thousand, like 5,000s around there.
Right.
Now, if you're looking at booster boxes from long time ago, we're talking 15 years ago, we're talking easily over 10K.
Yeah.
Okay. So this goes
box.
A booster box, and this is the difference between a booster box and an elite trainer box in terms of when you want to sell it. I think booster boxes are best for long term if you can hold them. If you must sell them for car problems or financial problems, if you want to like grab it like just to sell it, then that's cool. But if you hold any booster boxes down the road, it would hold its value. There's booster boxes from the 1990s, right? The 90s that are in the 100Ks,
Yeah.
200K,
Yeah.
right? Like we're talking a box that you bought for $100, $150 back in the 90s. So
That
let's just say like even 25 years, right? Let's just say 25 years. I, if I'm holding on this for 25 years to get 300K, believe me, I'm fucking waiting.
yeah.
So
And again, that is the most insane ROI of anything. Because we're no longer talking about like 63% ROI. That is, we're getting into like the several 1,000% ROI territory there. You know, like, and again, there is nothing on the planet with that level of ROI at all. So it's like, I mean, the Pokemon stock market is real. Um, I I don't know what level of concern people have for oversaturation. I will say this. We're going to have a couple more episodes. We're going to bring Robbie back because we're going to, one, talk more about One Piece, but two, I am getting into Magic the Gathering, which is another phrase I never thought I would be saying.
nope. Yeah, that's
But because I've come from the Pokemon TCG sphere and I know how the Pokemon card ecosystem works, it is very, very interesting to see the differences between the two of them. And one of the things that makes me curious about is, do you think that there is a point in the near future where there may be an oversaturation where the future market of cards is no longer considered valuable because they're going to overprint them? I will always say this. Anything printed until that point is going to be valuable and worth holding on to. But once we hit that point, there's a new printing facility opening up in North Carolina, and I'm telling listeners right now, that is going to massively increase production. So the market for new cards is really going to stabilize because of that supply increase. But
that's
for everything in the
2027.
back, it's going to still be your profit ROI stuff. But anything
That
going forward when that, they're going to potentially print it into oblivion.
and that's in 2027, I believe is what they said, right?
I think that's what they were projected to open up the facility with. Like, it is a massive undertaking. Like, this stuff is not cheap. It is temperature controlled environments that this stuff
And,
is made.
and is that facility just specifically for Pokemon, or we're talking like any trading cards?
No,
You know?
they're specifically doing Pokemon. I mean, you have to understand that is the only thing that they do. They are no longer partnered with Wizards of the Coast,
Yeah.
for a long time. So it's like Wizards of the Coast was doing Magic and Pokemon and then whatever other bullshit they were doing. So it's like Pokemon took over that production facility and then distilled it to like whoever their own vendors are because they wanted to control the quality, like, from the ground up.
Mhm.
So that's what they're doing. And now their response to the scalpers and like all of the stuff post COVID, which since all this stuff is blown up, is to increase supply, which means they have to then make a new printing facility. So the scalpers are going to bite themselves in the butt for the future because they're actively like ruining their job in the future by hyping this up and scalping. So I mean that's the catch-22 of it, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's something to definitely think about whenever it does happen. I think in the meantime, definitely take advantage of obviously doing some kind of investment. I would say if you're financially stable where you're able to do a 3 count, if you enjoy ripping too, right? You do the 3 count where you buy one just to open for yourself, for fun. You're not, if also you can contain yourself from like not
Yeah.
having to open all your product, which that was me all the time. I had to always open something. But now, like definitely keeping one long term. We're talking like 5 to 10 years, or maybe longer if you like. We're talking minimum 5 years. Short term is like 2 to 3 years, or if you need it sooner, I'm sure 4 months as an example, 60
Yeah.
something percent is crazy.
Yeah.
And then like something to open for yourself. God, like let's just say you open something and you pull the 8,000 or 9,000, like it's $800 card, right? Like, and then it's not well centered. You sell it, bro. You profit, right? Or you send to grade if it's good, and then you profit that way too. Grading and those things are a whole different thing. I don't want to get into that.
I know.
But I definitely say it's something like I definitely like to definitely go back to that closer to when we start seeing like when this will actually be a thing. I definitely would like to see like at least where my mindset is in terms of like if that count rule or long term and all that stuff like still applies or not.
Yeah.
So that definitely would be interesting.
I know, because, you know, like Logan Paul's not going to be able to hype up, you know, like the new card market, you know.
He's always got to be moving from one thing to another, huh? What's the new thing now?
Oh my God. It happens to be manga, which, like, you know, for me, I missed out on the Pokemon card thing, but I think I'm in on the ground floor with the whole manga collection thing, you know, like,
Dude,
so
that's so random. Like, what
Wait,
the fuck?
I'm not kidding. When I woke up in the morning and I saw that on my I'm not on
like-
Twitter, but on Threads, or like the post of him holding up a graded,
Two grade, right?
volume, or it was the first issue in which One Piece aired and the first issue in which Dragon Ball aired. I don't think either of them were 10s. They were like 9 point something.
9.8.
Because it is, I'm going to tell you this. If somebody is telling you they have I don't even know the grading system, but if they tell you they have a 10 in a book, they're lying. I'm telling you right now. There's no
Really?
fucking way any book on the planet is going to be a grade 10.
Why is that?
No way. Anything from the pages being miscut to the cover misaligned. Like, do you know how many things go wrong in just the normal printing process with the industrial machines? Like, you could go into any manga like section, right? And then just look at specifically Shonen Jump, because this is where it'll be very apparent in terms of like print quality. You complain when cards are misaligned. I complain when the fucking covers aren't aligned, right? Shonen Jump has typically like covers that are color coordinated. They're supposed to have their number in the same fucking spot, or at least their author or like volume like indicator in the same spot. Correction, their logo is going to be the easiest way to tell. Their logo, Shonen Jump circle, on the cover of every spine will be in a slightly different position because it is never cut the same. And it drives me fucking crazy when like I look at like my bookshelf from like an OCD standpoint.
Right, of course, of course.
Right. So when he's holding up two magazines, and these are mass-produced old weekly Shonen Jump magazines in Japan. Like, mass-produced. These things sold for about $5 max in stores. Because they're designed to just, you pick up the weekly magazine, which has all the new chapters for that week of your favorite, you know, thing. And then it debuts, you know, new series. So he's got the One Piece, he's got Dragon Ball. Here's the problem. In my opinion, respectfully, they ain't worth shit. At all. Like, you can go and buy one of those. It'd be like $100, yes, but like, it's not like Pokemon, which is like a booster box now, you know, could be $25,000, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm telling you all this right now. I'm letting listeners know right now. There is no like resell for profit collector market for manga. Zero. I have been waiting since 6th grade when I started this manga collection for there to be some sort of comic book-esque escalation of value in some of these series.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not. There are very specific books that are worth something, but like, if you're trying to get like a first edition Naruto, in a good condition, get the fuck out of here. It like, and then if you want to get it graded, for one, I actually think we talked about graded manga way back in a few episodes, because I have like one of the chases, or not chase, one of the grails in my collection is a like numbered holographic first edition shonen Shaman King volume 1, and that is probably the only thing worth grading. So, and I'll tell you this, I would bet money if I graded my copy, it would be the highest grade on the market, and it will not even be close to a 10. I doubt it will even be close to an 8. That's just the reality of these things. So when he's holding up, it's a 9.2 graded for the One Piece, and then, or sorry, it was a 9.0 graded for One Piece and a 9.2 graded for Dragon Ball. That's probably the best condition you could find these things in.
What grading company is it? CGC?
I think it was CGC. To be honest, I don't think PSA would do any of that, and I don't trust PSA after all this bullshit that I keep hearing about them. But there's really like no point in grading your manga. I will say this though, listeners. I pray to God Logan Paul does his magic on this like he did for Pokemon, because then your boy gonna be rich, bitches. Like,
there's a chance, bro.
I'm gonna be so rich. Car problems, no big deal, you know. Like,
here's a card.
I'll throw a manga volume at the dealership and just be like, yo, give me one of whatever. Like,
I was watching a YouTube video today of like a Pokemon vendor that now does Sky Rift or something Rift. I don't know if you heard of that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it.
But anyways, they mentioned this guy came in and he's like, oh yeah, he's just like showing off his Magic Gathering card. Like one of them was like 6K, and I'm like, ew.
I'm not kidding.
What the fuck?
They are very different card markets. And I cannot wait to dive in, because I'm telling you, I'm approaching this from a Pokemon market standpoint, and I'm doing myself a disservice monetarily. So there's a lot of these things that, for like listeners who like, you know, blend the hobbies together, and there's a lot of crossover I'm finding between like Pokemon and Magic players. Mm-hmm. Almost universally, they may not play both, but they like both. Like, if you're a Magic player, you typically fuck with Pokemon. But right. The game, I thought, was, like, nerdy as shit. And then the one phrase that got me hooked is, hey, man, did you know you could play as Spider-Man and just launch dinosaurs at people? And I'm like...
Hooked.
Like, what do you mean, dinosaurs? Oh, yeah, like the Jurassic Park T-Rex. What? Yeah, we have Jurassic Park cards, we have Spider-Man cards, Avatar: The Last Airbender dropped. What? There's Avatar? Yeah, there's like a really like Fire Lord Azula commander. Also, there's like for one of my favorite cards right now is this, it's called Ozai the Phoenix King. It is one of the coldest cards I've ever seen in my life. And I'm just like, done. Like, okay. So we're switching games now. So
damn. Yeah, it does sound very interesting.
Yeah. But thanks again, listeners, for tuning in to another week of Talking Trubbish. We're going to catch you next time. See ya.
See ya.